It's something we really should think about, actually. Obviously, playing basketball is hard on the body. There comes a time when the players need to plan for life after the court. I remember you already had a plan in place. When you knew you were about to retire, actually long before this, I know this answer, but I want you to share with us. How did you decide what next steps to take in your career?
Well, Jose, I was already really planning that way before I retired. And so I would use my summers to meet with different CEOs and different people who could mentor me and help me to one day hopefully own my own business. I'm big on mentorship. I think that's really important. I would say also too, I gravitate toward knowledge. I love to learn. And so I want to be around smart people, and that's important for me just to pick their brain. I can learn from anybody, right? And so at the end of the day, for me, I was already planning my life after basketball while I was playing, and I used my platform and my brand at that time to get me through the doors I needed to get through. And sure enough, that worked out perfect for me because once I announced my retirement, I just actually moved into my business life, and we built, like you said, Magic Johnson Theaters, and built 6 of those, and then AMC came in and bought us all out, and then from there went to Starbucks and knocked on Howard Schultz's door. See, I'm bold. I knock on your door. I see a lot of people we get. You know who stopped? Ourselves, we stop ourselves from going to the next level. Yes. Because we're afraid.
That's right.
We'll see somebody that might can help us, and that person is sitting in our own community, and we won't approach them. We won't, hey, how'd you make it? You own this hair salon, or this chicken place, or this franchise of McDonald's, or State Farm franchise, whatever it is. You won't go up to them. But Urban Johnson, he gonna go up. Hey, how'd you do that? What step did you take to get there? On and on and on. So then I can process that information, retain that information, and then apply that information.
Apply.
So we gotta stop hurting ourselves. And if somebody is successful, hey, man, oh, hey, young lady, how'd you make it? How'd you do it? Help me to get there too. And I'm always trying to give back now myself. So I owe Joel Ferguson and Greg Eaton, 2 gentlemen, black entrepreneurs in Lansing, Michigan, who helped me. Then Dr. Jerry Buss allowed me to understand the Lakers revenue stream, owner of the Lakers. I remember this is really, you guys are enjoy this one. So the players called a meeting on me as a rookie because I'm hanging out with the owner. So the players called me into a meeting and put me in the middle and said, Magic is the unwritten rule. You can't hang with the owner. I said, okay. You guys are all millionaires. He a billionaire. I'm going with him. Why? Because where I wanted to go, where I wanted to go, this man is already there. These dudes, I'm with you. But this cat, that's where I wanted to go. So I got to talk to him to get the information on how to get there. So I hung out with him, and guess what? Yeah. The reason I'm a businessman today is because of that man. So we gotta always understand, get yourself in that room that can help you reach your goals and dreams, or help you to make sure those goals and dreams come to fruition. And so that's very, very important. That's why today what you're doing is so important. Wow, this is so important. It's so important. And I want to thank all the sponsors too. It's important that they're here as well, to help us as well. with a bad dude. That's all good. It's all in a couple.
And we definitely thank our sponsors because we would not have been able to have Irvin Magic Johnson in the house.
I remember actually your first Starbucks deal, because you were the first, if not.
You got to over-deliver to that customer. See, I live by this word, and everybody should write this word. This is very important. You got to over-deliver. If you over-deliver, it's not enough to just to deliver anymore. You got to over-deliver. If you over-deliver, you'll get the retention. They won't get that contract to somebody else. You'll be able to keep it. And that's very important. Drill that in your team's head. We got every customer that comes through your doors, we got to over-deliver he or she. And that's what we try to do. Charles does a good job in the business that he runs, Sodexo Magic. You know that he's amazing president and a partner of mine, and I'm just happy. But over-deliver, over-deliver. Tell your team, over-deliver. The contract may say, we got to do these 5 things, do 10 or 15 things.
Yes.
And that's how you're going to keep it.
Ooh, these some good nuggets. Y'all getting it?
It's amazing hanging on every word. You know, you got the class for me. I'm gonna hang around. Find out how you get where you at. I love it. Here's another question for you, and like I said, we want to get some real intense knowledge that you can actually walk away from here with. One of the areas you found success, and you mentioned at the top after playing, was sports ownership. You won what is it, 8 championships now?
Yeah, I got 14 championship rings.
You didn't have enough fingers.
You got the toe rings. The question I want to ask about this is, what surprised you most as you moved to South Arena about moving from one area to another, specifically from the business realm into sports ownership?
Great question. It wasn't as easy as I thought, in the beginning. I think that I had put myself in a position because that earlier question, what my father taught me, I saved my money so I was ready for the opportunity. And so the first real opportunity I had was investing in the Lakers. And that was easy because Dr. Buss wanted me to be his partner. And so when I was able to write that check, it was a proud moment for me, a proud moment for my father, and me being an ex-Laker to now be an owner of the Lakers. And so what a true blessing. And then the harder part came as you tried to expand to the other sports, because sports wasn't ready for black ownership, and so I had to wait until that next opportunity came. But I proved myself with the Lakers. I had a track record of success. Write that down. Track record of success. See, the reason sometimes the bank won't give us money.
Track record.
John.
You got to prove yourself and have a track record of success. So it's very important. Remember that. And so I had that track record of success with the Lakers. They called, they're going to call behind you. If you haven't been doing your job, they're going to call behind you to see how you've been as a partner. Your roles that they gave you, did you fulfill those roles? So it's very important that you do what you're supposed to do. So they called behind me with Dr. Buss, asked him how has he been as a partner, everything you wanted him to do, did he do it? And he said yes. So now I can get to be an owner of the Sparks now, owner of LAFC, so, and then the hardest thing I ever had to do, the NFL vetted me. Thank God Cookie and I have, thank you, because if we hadn't live this clean life. No way I could have got into the NFL. So thank God that he just made sure my life was good, I've done the right things, and here I am, an NFL owner. So remember this, everything you do, you got to remember that people are watching. So make sure you make the right moves, the right decisions, and teach your kids to do the same thing, especially with that cell phone. Because once you put out something on social media, you can't get it back. So we got to remember that, okay? It's very important. And then always have this, write this down. An exit strategy. What's your exit strategy? Are you in it for the long haul, or you in it to build something and then sell it? I'm not in love with anything I have.
Say that again, please. Say that again.
A guy knocked on my door and said, here's $100 million. Oh, I'm taking it. Sold. Well, here's this. I own businesses, build them to sell them. And so it's really, for me, I always have an exit strategy. We're going to execute on that strategy, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. And a lot of times, we may love something, and it's great that we do love it. So if you're in it for, you want to keep it forever and pass it on to your kids, that's wonderful. Do that. And that's your plan. For me, I want to build it, sell it, and then pass the money on to the kids. And I don't know if my kids are not built like me, but I'm going to bring them into the business, but they're not built like me. See, I'm a worker. I'm going to work. Last night yesterday morning I was speaking in Virginia. Well, the day before that I was in Detroit speaking. Virginia that morning. Went to the game last night. I'm here right now. I'm going home. I'm going to have a full-on meeting with my staff. As soon as my plane lands, I'm going to be meeting with them. Boom. Tomorrow, I'm going to take my wife on a date. I got to take care of mama now. And we're going to go to church on Sunday.
Beautiful.
And then I got to come back to Chicago. And then I got to go from there. I keep it rolling all the time. So, listen, you never be satisfied and keep grinding.
Yes.
If anything I can tell you, keep going. And if you got one franchise, go for two. Can I get up for 2 seconds? I got to teach them real quick.
Come on.
Let me tell you what happened. I didn't take no money from Starbucks store number 1 because I wanted 1 to build 2.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take no money from 2 because I wanted 2 to build number 3. I didn't take no money from 3 because I wanted 3 to build 4.
You took some money for
Then
4
5,
great.
then 6, then 7. I waited to store number 50 before I took a check. Why? Because now, 50 stores, and if I resell 50, wow, that check is going to be really big. So I built 125 Starbucks. And at the same time, I was owning the lake. So I said, it's time to sell both. So now I'm sitting on hundreds and hundreds of millions of cash. But I wasn't happy. So the Dodgers came up for sale.
Bought it.
We put a group together to buy the Dodgers. So what I'm trying to tell you is make sure that you build it where you can have numbers. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't change your lifestyle. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. One store gets good. Oh, I got to come right now. I got to show them my ride, my house, everything got to change. No. Change your lifestyle when it doesn't affect your business. Okay? So you can still be good and still have the new car, the new house. Because a lot of times what happens is when you change your lifestyle, but it's only one store,
You can't get the second store.
now something happens in the economy
Exactly.
It's gonna hurt you.
Learn
So what
that
I'm telling
early.
you, feel. And then last but not least, I want to thank
saying
one of my Jim Reynolds is from Chicago. I want to tell you what we've done, and then I'm going to throw it back to these incredible two people. We started an infrastructure company called JLC, Johnson Loop Capital, and our headquarters is here in Chicago. And nobody ever thought that two black men could build a company like this. We won the Denver Airport contract. We won LaGuardia a $4 billion contract. If you've been through the New corridor, that's me. That's us. Because of that success, remember I talked about the track record? Because we did such an amazing job at LaGuardia Airport, we just won Kennedy. We're going to build 15 new gates. And it's a $10 billion contract. Because of that, we won that one. We just won LAX, the new cargo. We're going to build a big place like this at the Los Angeles airport. Here's two little guys, one from Chicago, one from Michigan, got together, and look what we're doing. Some amazing things. And so, if I can do this, you can do it too. Just make sure that all the information you got today from all these incredible business people, that you write your notes down and you apply them. Now, give yourself 3 years. Write that down. Don't say 5 years. Don't say 7 years. That's too long. Give yourself 3 years. Because now you can see it in 3 years. So hold yourself accountable. Give yourself 3 years. Okay, I want to be here in 3 years. I want to be here in 3 years. I give myself 3 years all the time. I want this in 3 years, or I want to accomplish this in 3 years. And then I tell Cookie my plan, and then I definitely tell God my plan. And sure enough, in 3 years, I accomplished the things I wanted to accomplish. I never want to stay the same. So this is the last thing I'm going to give you some advice about. Write this down. Do a SWOT of yourself. I want everybody here to do a SWOT. S is for strength. W is weakness. O is opportunity. And T is threats. I want you to say in 2024, I don't want to be the same that I was in 23. So whatever your weakness is, you got to move that into the strength column. And that's very important. I was a control freak. I still am a little bit, but I had to work on that. I had to work on that. So then that's when I hired a brother like Charles. He's smart. I got to let him do his thing. See, I got to back up. Back up, Mr. J. Back up. Let the brother who is smart do his job. Not micromanage him. Let him do his job. So I worked on myself to get better at that. Because I know if it's in my hand, I know what to do with it. I'm used to coming down and doing what I do. Except here in Chicago in 1991. When that dude wore number 23. I gotta show you what he did to us. I gotta show you what he did. So he came down. The tongue is out. We thought we had it. The brother said, I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna hang in the air, because guess what? You guys can't hang in the air. So he watched us as we went down. Who does that? He switched from the right hand to the left hand. The tongue went to the left side too. The brother spun it against the glass and good. We all looked and said, should we ask him to do it again? How does a man hang in the air that long? They said, who the greatest is? Thank you for saying it to me, but I already know who it is. Michael Jordan. minute.
Breeze.
He's making our job really easy.
Take your time, man. Take your
All
time.
right, here we go. So, we're at the Chicago Stadium, game 1. Michael and I always like to get out there 4 hours, 3 hours before the game. So I'm shooting at one end, he's shooting at the other. He said, MJ, we call each other, MJ, come in. So I went to half court. You know we gonna beat y'all. I said, Michael, we gonna take y'all down. No, I'm gonna get 50 tonight. What you just say? I'm gonna get 50 tonight on you. I said, well, I got some good and bad news. I said, no matter what happens in this series, I'm still gonna win. He said, how is that possible? I said, the shirt you got on that got your face on both sides of it, look at the hang tag and see what the hang tag says. So he looked at the hang tag of the t-shirt he had on, and it said, Magic Johnson Tees. He didn't know I was a licensee of the NBA, and I was selling Jordan shirts, Larry Bird shirts.
Finance. Entrepreneurship. That's right.
I won the championship.
I'm
I'm
a-
selling Pittman shirts.
Oh, that was smart.
See, y'all don't know who y'all dealing with right now. I'm a brother who don't sleep. I'm gonna make it happen. I read where they were selling so many of Magic and Bird shirts first before Michael came in. I said, man, I haven't gotten a check for that. Well, what I didn't know was the Players Association sold our rights to the league. And so I couldn't benefit. So I went to Commissioner Stern and said, how can I become a licensee? He said, well, we've never done a player. I said, today you're going to give a player a license. So what Michael didn't know, I became a licensee real quiet.
Well,
And then
movie
I came out with
silence.
all these shirts. And so a brother is working. Listen,